Francis Maxwell back on Full-Time Devils here from TYT Sports. Anxious to talk about the Manchester derby. It's not been the best run of games of recent for the Red Devils, but let's talk some tactics. So Louis Van Gaal, or I'll call you Louis Van Gaal if I'm speaking to you as if I'm your dad giving you into trouble. Please, just don't play Fellaini. Please, come on. We've been given the signs. We don't need to play him. And it's, by the way, before I get into this rant on why not, it's not that Fellaini individually is that bad. He's not that bad individually, or some of you may think he is. It's the way Manchester United play with him in the team, specifically against West Ham. No longer does the long ball become an outlet. It becomes a priority because you're thinking, we've got Fellaini in there, let's play the long ball. That's the problem for me, because you have talented players that you can utilise when the ball's on the deck, and it takes that away from it when you have that big man in there to try and put the ball up. Nonetheless, this is a team that I'd like to see Manchester United go with. Please to God, let's hope he does play it. De Gea in goals. Varela, I was questioning whether Valencia could come back in. I think Varela's been playing well, but he was definitely caught out one-on-one. But I will talk about that as a defensive error. It's not all on the Uruguayan. I think there needs to be some more emphasis put on defensive issues. Smalling, Blind, Rojo. We need Schneiderlin, the Schwein midfield in there, the Schmidfield, as people have been calling it, and enlightened me on. Thanks for that. Lingard, Mata, Depay, Martial. Why have I put Rashford on the bench? Because I want to utilise him off the bench, because he's aggressive when he drives, and I think he'd be a good lease of life to bring on, because our changes recently, Manchester United's changes coming on, they haven't done much other than bringing on Schweinsteiger, who's got a little bit more oomph to his tackle, a little bit more aggression, a little bit more anticipation. Yes, that needs to be installed from the start. No, he's not fit enough to last 90, so be prepared for Fellaini playing at one point. So, as usual, you know the drill by now. Defensively, what did I pick out against Liverpool? The very same issue that I picked out against every other team. A lot of people like Varela get caught one-on-one. But do we not remember as a defender what you were taught is to press the ball? Why you can press the ball is because you've got someone behind you who's going to give you backup, who's going to cover. One pass is all it took for Liverpool to go 4-on-4. If you remember, of course, I've got Manchester City set up here, so just imagine Liverpool's in the blue. One pass is all it took for Coutinho to go one-on-one with Varela. Why was Smalling, Blind, and Rojo not like this? And I'm not blaming them. Why were they not like that? That staggered line that you love to see at the back. You know why? Because Carrick and Fellaini are caught high up the field. This is the space. I'm telling you, it was huge. The space, to quote Trump, was huge right in there. It was unbelievable. Why was Smalling not backing up Varela? Because he was too busy worried about midfield runners. So what happened is you see Liverpool were literally 4-on-4 here with them isolated. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, I would ideally like Smalling to be in here so that if Coutinho takes on Varela, he's going to cut out this pass at least. But what happens is it's just he takes him on, beats him, and it's a straight run into goal. Yes, Varela needs to do better. Coutinho's a tricky player. He's been practicing that move. I know the video went viral of him doing it. He's a talented footballer, but you can't leave talented footballers isolating you one-on-one. Raheem Sterling is very quick. This needs to be understood when you go into the Manchester derby. You need to have someone staggered back there, and that all comes from your midfield positioning. Schweinsteiger plays deeper. He gives a little bit more protection. You will outnumber your opponents. It's simple maths. You have 5 defenders and 4 attackers. You can sit one deeper so that he can try and pick up any loose scraps. It was just so frustrating to me and everyone online. Varela's getting beat one-on-one. Varela's getting beat one-on-one. Well, no shit. He's an immature player and he's got talent, but you can't rely on him solely to compete. I mean, how many times do you see Ronaldo take people one-on-one and beat them? It doesn't mean that that's immediately that defender's fault. Sometimes you're playing against talented players. You need someone to back him up. Going forward, attacking. Let's talk about what Manchester United can do to exploit the weakened backline of Manchester City. So Manchester City lost Vincent Kompany for the 13,456th time this season. So he'll be out from the backline. Otamendi is out as well. Demichelis and Mangala are a misfit. They are a match made in hell, basically, for Manchester City fans. You need to exploit this. And how do you exploit this? I'm going to say it short. I'm going to say it sharp. We need to cut out the middle ground of the passing. And watch what Liverpool did when they terrorised Manchester City 3-0. Adam Lallana had his best game of the season because he literally roamed free. Why do I want to play Memphis and Martial and Lingard? Is because I feel they're more direct at driving with the ball, and I want Martial to be that sole striker because he's so good at holding up the ball. So what I mean by cutting out the middleman is, yes, Juan Mata's going to want to get the ball. You see this constantly. Man United will pick up the ball here. Schweinsteiger loves to drop into these areas and pick the ball. I don't want him to do that. I want him to get it into his feet here because Yaya Toure is not persistent enough to press onto him. He's just going to let him have the ball. And what I want to see from Schweinsteiger, I want to see this pass. Straight into feet, because these Fernandinho and Fernando are very lackadaisical in terms of picking up midfield runners. They just like to wander wherever the ball may go and put pressure on it then. So cut them out. They leave gaps, find that pass straight into Martial's feet. And what is that going to do? I tell you, it's going to pose the question of the two misfits in the middle. Mangala will eat this alive. He'll dive in here and try and win this ball and leave spaces in here. And why do I want to play Memphis and Lingard in there instead of playing Rashford up top, Martial out wide? Because Memphis needs to be given the opportunity to drive inside. Those runs are what's going to... the only option, I think, is what's going to allow for Manchester United to score. So in doing that, you find that steady pass. Juan Mata becomes a useful player because he gets to wander off the ball, and Memphis Depay can make these runs in behind. Liverpool terrorised Man City from doing this. Go watch the clip. They had Origi, or whatever you want to say his name, up top with Lallana in there and Firmino, and they played almost, Firmino and Origi played like two centre-forwards. That's what I want to see with the two players who are moving off Martial. Martial picks it up into feet like this. Have him drop deep. And then I want to see these two players, Lingard and Memphis, play like two centre-forwards. Manchester United do not need the width as much in this game because the problem for Man City is centrally. Mangala and Demichelis are a bomb scare when they are put under pressure. We need to try and isolate that, and Manchester United need to exploit it to win this game. It's simple. I've written it right there. You may agree or disagree, but I love to interact with you guys in the comments. Thanks for having me take over the Twitter account last week. I look forward to doing that again on Full Time Devils. Come over to TYT Sports, plenty more tactics talk here. And as always, it's been an absolute pleasure.